So hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create a bouncing football only by using Unity. So there's not going to be any other 3D animation software, it's going to be only Unity to create the football. So let's get started. So first right click and go to 3D object and create a sphere. So this one is going to be our football over here, and this next 3D object and a cube. So move the cube down a little bit, position Y axis, move it down, move it, okay, and scale it, get bigger. So that's pretty good. So this is our base, this is our ball. So actually this doesn't look like a football, it's white in color, so it should have black stripes in it. So for that what we're going to do is we're going to right click in the assets, create material, and after creating a material, next thing what we're going to do is just drag this new material and place it over the sphere. Okay, what this material does, using this material we can give additional properties, change the color, shape, this shyness, so surface characteristics. We can do multiple things over here, metallic, smoothness of source, something, multiple options of that. So we are not going to go too deep into it, we're just going to, let me show you a demo. Okay, so if you change the color you can see the color of the ball changes over there, so it will be white in color. That's what we need. So okay, so we have got the white color, so now we need to get that black stripes. Well, it's very simple to do that, just minimize it. So I have a chessboard image, okay, just I will drag and drop it over here. So you can download it from the internet by searching chessboard wallpaper, like that you can get this image. So next go to the double click the new material, okay, and just drag and drop this image over this albedo, okay, albedo, okay. So that's good. So now it has got the shape that we need. Okay, it's just looking like football, okay. So now we have got a football ready. So next thing what do we need to do is, when, so I told you a bouncing ball, so half part is over. So when this football touches the ground, it needs to bounce back again, and again falls down and again bounce back. So it's like a continuous process. So for that what we're going to do is, first we need to go to the cube. So cube already has a box collider to it, so that's pretty good. Let us add also a rigid body to it, and let's keep this gravity. If you haven't unchecked this use gravity, it will just fall down and go away from our screen, so uncheck it. So next thing, go to sphere already has a sphere collider, that's good. So but we need to also add a rigid body to it. Very good. So okay, so you can also change the mass, drag, angular drag, something. So not, we are not going to change it. If you want you can do it. So next thing, okay, got everything right. Next thing is the code. So create ch script, open it using Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this is our script over here. So first what we're going to do is, we're going to get the reference of our 3D football, that is the sphere. So for that, it's a rigid body, it has rigid body property. Just type public rigid body, automatically will come rigid body, and name be, or R be the rigid body, R is the variable. So while starting we need to initialize it. So it's the basics, these are. So R equal to get component rigid body, and just change process function. Okay, that's it. So we have initialized it, we have declared it. So next thing, we need to find it when this sphere and the base cube are going to collide. Okay, so there are actually multiple ways to find this. I'm going to show you the one of the simplest ways to do it. So first you need to go to the sphere, and sphere doesn't need any tag, so, or you can give just a tag it as a player. So its tag is over here. Next go to cube, and carefully you must watch, go to tag, so it's right here, it's untagged. So we are going to create another tag over here. So I have created already base. So for I'll create another tag, let it be ground. Okay, I'm going to just create ground tag, save it. Next again double click the cube, go to tag. Here we can see that our ground tag has been added. Just select the ground tag. Okay, that's really good, so save it. Next thing what we're going to is go into our code, and in this program we don't need void update. So void update calls the function, that function call is called every once per every frame. So that's not really here, we are not going to do anything that sort. So it's not required for this. So now we have got a collider, we have got that tag. So now we need only one function, that is void collision enter. That's it. So it has an argument collision. So what this collision does? So when this cube and sphere, when the sphere currently falls on the ground, this on collision enter gets called. So that's it. Pretty simple. When this time when the two objects getting interacted, the void collision enter will get called. So this collision enter is mainly made possible because of this box collider over here and this sphere collider. So that detects the collision and calls that function. If you haven't added this box collider and sphere collider in your object sphere or cube, this collision function won't work. So you must be pretty careful about that. So when this both collides, so now nothing will happen because we run it. So it basically falls down. You can see that. So okay, when I played it, actually the ground fell down. So for that, to avoid falling the down, we are going to just take this is kinematic. Okay, thought of explaining at the end, but I'm not explaining now. Is kinematic. Just check it. Now you can see there the ball only falls down and it's currently resting over the ground surface. So that's very good. So okay, so now let's come to our collision. So whenever this both when it collides, this collision function is going to get called. So when this collision function is going to get called, we are going to push this ball again to the upward push. This case upward thrust or push. So for that, what the best thing to use is add force. So it's going to be RB dot. It's going to be R. It's not RB R. The variable name R dot and add force. So what R4 does is R4 just gives an additional push to that our player. So it's going to take a value as an argument. It's a vector 3 force. So we're just going to give transform dot and the amount of force. Let it be, I would say 250 will be the amount of force. You can also change it. So what this code means, transformed up to 50. So it means that we are going to add a force of this transform of some transform dot up into 250 times to the R, that is our sphere. So it's going to move some about 250 times upwards from its current position when it's going to get collided with the ground. So that's what this code means. You can also use move position, but move position its movement will look somewhat like artificial in this case. So add force suits very much. So we have saved that our script. So now we need to go to our sphere, just drag and drop the script, and in the place of non-rigid body just drag and drop the sphere. So now if we play this game, so you can see that clearly our football is bouncing and doing very good. So now let's zoom out. So it's bouncing very well. So suppose if you want to bounce it more go to great height, you can also change the, let's say I will put 400 and show you. It will go long above and come down. So also you can ask, you want to change the time that it's going to up and come. You can change the gravity also over here. It has angular drag, use angular drag, mass constraints is also using this, changing these options. You can pretty much control the gravitational velocity of falling down. So now if you play, so look at that, it's going much higher. If you give some 1000 values, it will go up and it will take long back to come down. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and more such Unity tutorials. Kindly subscribe and support. Thank you.